back, lovelies. Today I'm cutting my own fringe. Nobody thinks this is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. My hairdresser certainly doesn't think it's a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're in quarantine, I can't leave my house, and I'm telling you, this has become a situation. So we're gonna sort it out. So what I've got here is some clips, lots of clips, all the clips, a mirror, squirty thing, a tail comb, very sharp pair of scissors. These ones are from Manicare. Very important that you don't use the scissors for anything other than cutting hair. If you use them to cut paper, that will make them really blunt and they're not going to do a very good job of cutting your hair after that. I also have my GHD tongs to make sure that my fringe is super straight. The first thing I'm going to do, super important, is to section out the part of my fringe that I actually want to cut. So I'll just pop this all back. Can't believe I'm actually going to cut my fringe. Am I going to do it? Am I? I think I have to. Alright, what we're going for is a triangle up here. So you'll have sort of the center point of your fringe, and then from there it comes out in a triangle. I think that's fine. Step 2, I'm going to use my hair straightener to make sure that it's super straight without burning my forehead. That's hot. It's actually going to be quite hard filming a tutorial when I can't see myself. I don't want to cut any extra bits into my fringe, so I'm just going to make sure that any of these little long bits that are still hanging around are out. Maybe I'll just pin back the edges. As you can see, my fringe is quite thick and blunt on the ends, so it has to be quite perfect, but I will give it my best shot. I'm so nervous. Why did I decide to do this? Why isn't my hairdresser open? Right, we're gonna do it. The third thing we're gonna do is pin up a section of the fringe so that I'm only cutting a small bit at a time. Otherwise, I think it will be too much. Isn't this a look? Let's get snipping. At this point, I should explain why I have the spray bottle here. I'm not going to use it, but some people would prefer to cut their fringe with a spray bottle because it makes it a little bit easier, but it's a lot harder to see what your fringe is going to look like when it's dry. So I'm actually just going to cut it dry, but that's an option if you want to use it. Snippy, snippy. Alright, I think we're good. I'm going to straighten it and have a look at how it all looks together. I think that looks good. At the very least, it'll get me through quarantine. So I've had a fringe for a really long time. I was one of those children whose parents always made them have a fringe as a child, and I think there's probably only been about 3 years of my life where I haven't had a fringe, so I'm quite used to having one. What I will say is that they are a little bit high maintenance. I have learned how to use my straightener to straighten my fringe and curl it under just a little bit, and that has been life-changing for managing my fringe. Otherwise, when you dry it, if it's sitting the wrong way or something like that, there's only so much that a hairdryer and that sort of thing can do. You'll have to like re-wet it and completely restyle it. But with a straightener, you can pretty much fix any problem that you've got with a fringe without having to re-wash your hair. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to get a fringe, get a straightener, or if you've already got one, just learn how to use it to not burn your forehead and straighten your fringe properly. The next tip I have, if you're thinking about getting a fringe, is don't bother washing your entire head every time your fringe gets greasy. You can actually wash just your fringe, and I do this all the time. So you can do it just just in the sink, or you can do it in the shower, leave your fringe out and put the shower cap on sort of over all the rest of your head, and then just leave your fringe out and wash that with a bit of shampoo. No need to put conditioner in. Maybe I do that halfway through the week, so I only wash my hair once a week, and then halfway through the week I'll just wash my fringe to keep it going. And it's actually amazing how fresh that makes the rest of my hair look, so would highly recommend doing that if you're thinking about getting a fringe. That's it for today, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed watching me cut my fringe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you back here for another video on Wednesday.